Do you or have you ever owned a Logitech G502? If yes, then this might hit home. If not, stick around. You might learn something. So this is a Model O. This is a Model D. And this is a Model I. This is a problem. And the sponsor of today's video. No, it's not Ridge Wallet. It's the card inside my Ridge Wallet, which is my bank card. So yeah, if you could subscribe and ring that little bell there, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get to the video. The G502 is by most accounts the best-selling gaming mouse in the world and has been around in its current shape since around 2014, which in today's world of ever-evolving lightweight mice is pretty impressive. So it's no surprise that somebody's trying to copy it. In fact, many have attempted such a feat, yet there's been very few that's kind of hit home. Now, it's Glorious's turn to take a try with the Model I, arguably the company that brought the lightweight punch-out mouse design to the mainstream. This is the third in their ODI N line of mice, with the symmetrical Model O and the Ergo Model D preceding it. Pop a message down below if you'd like me to give those a long-term impression video. The shape is near identical that of the G502, with the big difference being the punch-out shell on the Model I and the omission of the two additional function buttons next to the left click on the G502. Like the rest of the Odin line, it comes with either black or white colorway. However, the glossy coating of old is no more, and textured matte finish is all that's available on this one. I mained this mouse for about 2 weeks before I started feeling mostly comfortable with it, but it never really set in for me. I never owned a G502, so it's not a familiar shape to me. I also use a combination of claw and palm grip, which makes me hit this little back button all the time with my thumb, especially under stressful gaming situations. When working, however, what an absolute joy. The buttons could, in my opinion, use some arrangement / size tweaking. The cord on this one is the normal Glorious Ascended cord, which is a type of paracord we've pretty much come accustomed to with all their mice. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad either. I would recommend a bounce bungee if you've got a lot of stuff on your desk, because this will snag quite easily. The Model I is advertised with a weight of 69 grams, but came in at just over 70 grams on my scale, which could be attributed to the cable. That's nearly half that of a standard G502. The feet underneath are the Glorious G skates, which are PTFE. They take a few hours to wear in, and then you're off to land those headshots. I still prefer glass skates, and if you want me to do a comparison video, shout at me in the comments and let's make it happen. The RGB is decent enough. There's two lines on either side of the mouse, one above the buttons and one on the right side above a picture of the Glorious logo and the name printed on the front right side. Besides that, the scroll wheel also lights up and also acts as your battery indicator if set correctly in the Glorious Core software. Speaking of the scroll wheel, it has a rubbery finish with tactile bumps on each click without being obnoxious. The click is satisfying, and if you're familiar with the scroll on any of the other Glorious mice, you'll know exactly what you're in for. The clicks on the left and the right are satisfying with almost no pre or post travel. My copy has a little bit of sway on the left button, but it's so small I would be nitpicking at that point. The side buttons are placed with 3 buttons at the top and a sniper button at the front, reminiscent of the G502. They can be removed and replaced with covers if you would prefer, as they are magnetic, but I would say that kind of defeats most of the purpose of getting this mouse. That said, the option is appreciated. As I mentioned before, these could use some tweaking, or I could potentially get used to it over a much longer period of time. I never found a use for the sniper button, which is advertised to lower your DPI once you're ready to do the finer aiming for those headshots in Battlefield 20, Battlefield 2, in Battlefield 3. The button is also a little too far forward, and I found that my thumb, has to quite stretch to get to it. I have average size hands, and seeing as a lot of people who use this mouse are probably under 18 and probably kids, this could pose a challenge. The side buttons clicks are very good. They're zero mushy. There's almost no post and pre-travel. It's real nice. There are two DPI buttons on the top of the mouse which can be remapped through the Glorious Core software. One benefit of this mouse and most of the Glorious mice is that they don't require the software to remain installed once you've set it. You can uninstall the software, you can plug the mouse into any PC, the lighting and the hardware and the macros and all the button assignments will remain as you set it. So it's a set and forget it. Overall, I found the mouse extremely comfortable, and outside of the reactionary, stressful environment of gaming, I never accidentally hit any of the side buttons, but could also not get used to them either. If you're a G502 user and you're looking to replace it, or you never owned a G502 but you have it on your wish list, this mouse is worth considering. This mouse can be had for $59.99 US, which is roughly in line with that price of a wired G502, with the wireless coming in at nearly double that. However, the G502 wired has been on special a lot lately, and I've seen it actually as low as $40 on some websites. I'll post some links to some of the pricing down for both mice, which you can use. Going up against such a giant of the industry is ballsy, but Glorious have proven that they are one of the kings of the mid-range lightweight competitive mice scene. That said, if you're in the market for a G502 shape and you're not worried about weight, in my humble opinion you should be, then maybe the G502 is a better bet. That's my thoughts on the Glorious Model I. I have a new sealed white unit here for giveaway. This is unfortunately a South Africa only giveaway, but hit that bell because international giveaway is coming and you don't want to miss out, trust me. So what do you have to do to enter? 3 things. Number 1, you have to be a subscriber. Only subscribers will be entered into the competition. Number 2, if you're a member of the ZA Gaming Alliance group on Facebook, that'll give you 5 entries into the competition. And then there will be 3 videos following this video. Comment on each one of those videos, including this one, with appropriate comments. That'll get you 1 entry into the draw each. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a G502? Would you like a G502? Do you think a lightweight G502 is a good idea? Let's chat, guys. I've been Dale, you've been awesome, and I'll see you on the next one.